So, when you hear the name Steve Jobs, what comes to mind? Probably the iPhone, right? Or maybe that classic black turtleneck. But what if I told you his greatest invention wasn't a gadget at all? What if it was a philosophy? That's exactly what we're diving into. We're going to unpack his core ideas and turn them into a kind of operating system for your career.
Wow, this quote, it just cuts right to the chase, doesn't it? It tells you everything you need to know about what drove him. See, for Jobs, it was never really about the money. Not really. It was about that feeling, going to bed knowing you made something wonderful. That single idea is basically the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. It completely flips the script on what most people think of as success.
So yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's easy to look at someone like Jobs and just be impressed. But what if you could actually understand the code behind his mindset, the operating system that powered his life? Well, that's our mission here. We're going to break down that code piece by piece so you can start installing the best parts right into your own career.
All right, first up on our roadmap, heart and intuition. This is the absolute starting point. It's all about learning to trust that gut feeling, that internal compass. Jobs was convinced that, especially when you're just starting out and things are messy, the most powerful guide you have is your own intuition.
Okay, so take a look at this timeline. At first glance, it looks kind of random, right? I mean, he drops out of college. He takes a calligraphy class for fun with zero practical purpose in mind. This doesn't exactly scream future tech billionaire, but that's the whole point. He wasn't following some rigid career plan. He was just following his curiosity. And that calligraphy class, the one that seemed totally useless, it ended up being the secret ingredient for the beautiful fonts on the very first Mac. Crazy how that works?
In this right here, this is the heart of it. You can't plan it all out. You just can't. You have to have the guts to chase the things that light you up, even if you can't see how they'll pay off down the road. It's about trusting that all these different experiences, all these dots, are going to come together and make sense later on. It's a huge leap of faith, for sure, but it's a faith in yourself.
Okay, so if you're going to follow your gut, that probably means you're not going to be on the typical, well-worn path. And to be okay with that, you really have to change your idea of what you're even aiming for. That brings us to our next big idea, the true meaning of success.
This comparison is so important. Look, society basically drills into our heads that success means a big bank account, a fancy title, what other people think. But for Jobs, nope, that was all just noise. For him, success was an inside job. It was about creating something valuable, doing work that was genuinely wonderful, and getting that deep satisfaction from it. The money, that was just a side effect, not the main goal.
And listen to this, especially coming from him late in his life, it's incredibly powerful. After everything, when he looked back, it wasn't the billions of dollars that mattered. It was the memories, the relationships, the love. It's a huge reminder for all of us, isn't it? We get so focused on building a great resume, but maybe we should be just as focused on building a life that's full of meaning.
All right, so we've talked about trusting our gut and redefining success. Now let's get down to brass tacks. How do you actually build a career around all this? Well, you're in luck because Jobs left a pretty clear blueprint for that. Let's look at designing your life's work.
Let's walk through this blueprint. Step 1. Do what you love. It sounds cliche, but he believed it's the only way to do truly great work. Your passion is your engine. Step 2. Aim for excellence. I love this carpenter analogy. Even the parts no one will ever see should be perfect. It's about your own pride in the work. Step 3. Focus by saying no. This is huge. Innovation for Jobs wasn't about adding features. It was about taking them away. It's about saying no to 1,000 good ideas so you can focus on the one great one. And finally, step 4. Live with urgency. That question he asked himself every morning, if this were my last day, would I do what I'm about to do? It's not about being gloomy. It's a reality check. It forces you to make sure your days actually count.
So, when you put it all together, following your heart, chasing a different kind of success, pouring passion and focus into your work, it all leads to this one epic idea. It's about something much, much bigger than just having a job. It's about leaving a dent in the universe.
This is a classic story. It's 1983, and he's trying to convince a top Pepsi executive, John Scully, to come work at Apple. And he hits him with this line. Think about it. It's more than just a job offer. It's a challenge about what your entire life is going to be about.
And then, boom, there's the punchline. It's such a bold, simple question, but it captures everything about how he saw the world. It frames your career as this epic choice. Are you here to just maintain the status quo, or are you here to be on a mission? He thought that's a question we should all be asking ourselves.
And this is it. This is the ultimate goal of the entire Steve Jobs operating system. It's the why behind everything, every single product, every risk he took. It was all fueled by this desire to make a real, lasting mark on the world. It changes work from just something you do every day into building your legacy.
So after all this, after thinking about following your gut, defining your own success, and designing your work with real purpose, it all comes down to one final question. It's the question Steve Jobs leaves for you, for me, for all of us. What will your dent be?